So we got all the welding done to the front of this. I did just throw a thin piece of angle across for some of the rad support so it'll go through the hood nicely. I got the bumper welded on. It's not nice, but you know what? It's gonna hold. The frame is rotted on this car. Like, every time I tried doing any welding, I just blew holes everywhere, and I had that welder turned down as low as it could go. You know what? It's a shame. If I got one of these Accords that was not rotted, I think that these things would be monster tanks. You know what? I've seen a couple sedans done, and they do really good. But these wagons, I was really impressed with this car. So like I said, I got the tire changed. I got the back end smashed in with a hammer. I'm just going to try to get some brakes back into the car now, figure out what happened with brakes. It looks like the oil leak has got much, much worse, so I'll have to bring probably 4 liters with me to the demolition derby to put oil into it before it goes into the match. But, so yeah, all I got to do is cut some lines underneath the car and then crimp them over. It's not that bad. But I got the tires cleared. And then for this side, I got a new tire put on. And believe it or not, this is a brand new tire. It still has the sticker right on the tire. So, it is a 13-inch rim. They're $21, brand new Canadian at Walmart. So I cannot believe the price of these 13-inch tires. I should buy a car that runs 13s just so I can buy cheap tires. But yeah, as soon as we get brakes, this thing will be ready to go again. Some stuff I have to do on the inside, not much. I got to put my camera back into it. I want to hit right here on the hammer so I can get it to crease across. I'm going to take a piece of steel and I'm going to put the radio back into this car because it actually came out and hit my hand when I was in Barrie. And it actually stopped me from kind of shifting because I had to punch the radio every time I wanted to shift in reverse. So, gonna put the radio back in, put the battery on the charge, put gas in the tank, really. But, so I guess this car's going to Dundalk on Sunday. So we'll finish this Accord off, which is a very fitting end for this car because I loved this car. I really did. This was the best car, one of the best cars, if not the best car I've ever owned. And I paid $400 for it. And I put 100,000 kilometers on it. I did love this little Accord. The love I feel for the shitbox derby cars is just magical sometimes. It makes me want to cry. I'm just joking. But if anybody ever comes across another Accord wagon, let me know and I'll probably buy it. Take care, guys. To the next video. So, there's been a big change of plans here. I pulled out the Accord, which is my Barrie car. There's my 88 Ford Escort that's hopefully going to go to Aurelia, but it's not going to go to Aurelia. The reason why it's not going to go to Aurelia is because I got called into work tomorrow, and the derby's tomorrow. I'm working a 10-hour day, which puts me off work at 5 p.m., and the derby starts at 2, and it's more than an hour away from the house, so that's out of the question. And then there's the Rockton car, which we started putting a bumper on, fully welding it last night. I started doing a time lapse of it, but I had so many phone calls that I ended up just turning the phone off and doing, because I was getting a phone call every 10 to 15 minutes and it was really screwing with the time lapses. Anyway, I'll do an update on that for a bit. Back to the Scooby-Doo car. I do not work Sunday. As of right now, today is Friday and it's like 3 in the afternoon. I do not work Sunday. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of attention to detail underneath the hood of this car. Now, when I say attention to detail, let me just slam that up there. What I mean is the bumper has to get re-welded on because it broke off. And it really wasn't my fault. It actually ripped right out of the car. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a lot more work to put this bumper on. Maybe even throw a rad support on. And this is going to Dundalk, so we can do whatever we want. So it's going to get fixed and hopefully ran. Today's Friday at, yeah, about 3. It'll be ran in like 36 hours. So what needs to be done to this car is a couple plates up here. Can't really see that. You can see that side much better. It's junk. Couple plates up there, weld the bumper on, attach the bumper with some seat belts or some threaded, some 9-wire to the threaded rod. I'm not going to put a rod in the car. I'm going to pull the steel away from the back tires, and then I'm going to put one new 13-inch tire on it, which is not a very big task at all, really. The spindle did bend back here, and I got a flat, so I'm just going to put a good tire back on it. And then I'm going to take the sledgehammer and the come-along and move the steel around away from that. So realistically, it's not that big a task. Yes, I'm going to have to put oil in this car because this car leaks oil like no other car I've ever owned. So, for every 10 liters of gas I put in the car, I basically have to put almost a liter of oil. So, and yes, I did drive this car on the road like that. But let's get the welder going and put some time and effort into this motor and car.